I recently looked up what are considered the benefits of mindfulness meditation. And I'll read you a few that are listed here. Reduced stress, improved focus and concentration, enhanced emotional health, better sleep quality, pain management, increased self-awareness, lower blood pressure, enhanced resilience, improved physical health. These are all compelling reasons to take on a mindfulness meditation practice. But there's one that isn't listed here, and that's the one that I want to present for your consideration today. I want to talk about Devas. Now, different cultures represent Devas in different ways. Um, I think it is best to merely conceptualize them as conscious beings with a kindly disposition towards humans who exist outside of our physical reality. Um, Different cultures disagree a bit, but I think that leaves enough space that we can just merely allow for our minds to ask ourselves, can we accept the existence of such beings? Um, I think it's reasonable to accept the existence of such beings because science tells us that light spectra is way, way more diverse than the very, very narrow band that we're able to visually see with our physical eyes. We can't see the microwaves in our microwave oven. We can't see the radio waves all around us. Endlessly, there are electromagnetic phenomena going on around us all the time that we don't perceive. Some of those we have instrumentation to measure. Some of those we probably simply don't have instrumentation for. But what we do have is meditation. We live in what some would describe as a monophasic consciousness society. We value beta brainwaves, conscious problem solving. But there are a number of other brainwaves. In addition to beta, there is alpha, there is uh, delta, there is theta. Um, now they're excited about the existence of gamma. There may even be some more that are undiscovered. We enter some of these other phases of consciousness when we sleep, when we dream, when we relax, and when we meditate. I'm going to paraphrase a Buddhist scripture in reference to the Devas. just as we humans have gross bodies and therefore consume gross food, the Devas have subtle bodies and consume subtle food. And that food is our loving kindness. And I'm going to speculate and extrapolate a little bit and say, I think that food is our positive emotions. In addition to loving kindness, there is compassion, there is sympathetic joy, there is equanimity, and as a matter of fact, there are more. Gratitude, for example. What does that suggest? Well, Bhante Vimalaramsi, my teacher, said meditation is a protection for us. And he didn't go into a lot of detail. And what I'm about to say is really just a way of conceptualizing this. This is not an attempt to tell you what is true. But if it is true that there are invisible beings with kindly dispositions towards us who feed on our positive emotions like food, that means that if we make a practice of emitting these positive emotions, they will be drawn towards us. That also suggests to me that when we stir up negative emotions, there are probably entities that feed on those as well. And in both cases, even though these beings are non-physical, that doesn't mean they have no influence on our world. And it seems at least plausible to me that both beings, in an attempt to generate nutrition for themselves, might even influence our world in a way that benefits them. If this is true, I want a team of devas surrounding me so that when a negative entity comes along and tries to shift me to a different vibrational frequency that benefits it, there are devas that say, excuse me, this is our meal ticket. He's with us. We've been enjoying the food, the nutrition he's been providing, and you need to move along. So I just want you to consider the possibility that everything you think and do resonates beyond just this one plane of existence. And ask yourself, when you're watching the news and it's making you angry, it's making you afraid, it's generating negative emotions within you, just ask yourself two questions. First of all, is there anything I'm learning from this newscast that has a genuine, actionable effect on my world in reality? And that's for you to decide. That's not for me to answer. But the other thing you might ask yourself is, at whose service is the impulse to generate all of this negativity? Who inspired this industry into being to generate so much negative, so much emphasis on fear, so much emphasis on violence, and to feed it into our brains 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, to the point where they need so much negativity that if there isn't anything particularly negative going on down the street from you, well, that's okay. We'll tell you about something negative that's going on the other side of the world that under normal circumstances you would have had no awareness of. Anyway, guard your mind, consider what you're consuming, and consider meditating.